I'm gonna teach you what it means to be unique using quantum mechanics. Okay, let's get into it, okay? No crazy shit. We don't want that. Okay, first of all, uniqueness does not mean different. Let's just get that out of the way. You being different does not make you unique. And unique doesn't technically mean different. Let me explain. First of all, before I get into the quantum mechanics stuff, let me just give you a background on how we develop personalities, right? Since the moment you were born, your brain has been collecting data and it does not forget, okay? There are things that you forget, but there are things that your brain will not forget. For example, you might not remember the first time you got a phobia, right? Let's say you have a phobia of height. Let's say when you were a kid, you fell from a really high place and your brain registered that. And now every time you are in a height or a higher place, you have this phobia, you have this fear that you do not know where it comes from, right? Well, your brain does that to literally everything, every small detail, details that we will never even notice in our entire lifetime. So your brain is collecting all this data from every interaction, from your family, from your friends, from your environment, from even yourself and how you react to things, right? So this creates uniqueness amongst people. There is literally no one like you. There will never, ever be someone like you. Even if you have a twin, even if you are like twins that are similar, you will never ever be the same, because from the moment you are born, your brains are collecting data from a different point, okay? They're in different points. Like, okay, we got that. Now, in quantum mechanics, we have the double slit experiment, where when particles, until they are observed, they act as every single possibility. And when they're observed, depending on what you use to observe them, they collapse into whatever you use to observe them, right? They collapse into that thing, and that's how you observe them. And now look at every single situation you've ever been, even stuff that you don't remember. You have every possibility to make any type of decision. When you are interacting with someone, you have the chance to be bad, good, mean, kind, whatever, ignore them. You have every possibility, not just in interaction, but in every scenario. You have every possibility, but depending on who you are, the decision that you made collapses into depending on who you are, right? For example, back to the height thing. If I have a fear of height, when every time I see a height or someone's like, oh, let's go up here, I'm gonna react that way, right? Until that moment, I have every possibility to go up, to ignore that person, to go halfway, or all the possibilities, right? But because of who I am, because of the experiences that I had, I'm gonna react a certain way. I'm gonna react a certain way. So uniqueness is kind of like that. The way your creativity shows is based on who you are and experiences that you had. Even if you don't have experiences, you react to certain things a certain way because you don't have the experience. And I know maybe I used a really like simplistic example with like height and everything, but this goes in everything. We react based on what we know, what we've experienced, and everything. Even if we don't know it, that's how we're gonna react, how we don't know it. So I don't know how this ties to the point, but when you are trying to be creative, right? Uniqueness is basically kind of like creativity. When you, for example, in what you wear and what you say and what you do, when you are trying to be unique and when you're trying to be different, they're different things. When you're trying to be different, you're looking at other people's work and you're like, okay, I have to do something different. Your work now is subjected. Your work now is subjective to you being like, okay, I don't want to do that. It's already been done. I don't want to do this. That person is doing it. This. Your work is going to be subject to that. Okay? Being unique is being unapologetically yourself. If something that you want to do, you want to do it, right? Who gives a fuck who've done it before? If that's your idea, if that's something you want to do, why don't do it? Okay, maybe the way you do it will be different because you're different. The way you will do a certain thing will be different because you are different. But if you're actively trying to be different, then now it's subjective to you trying to be different. But when you unapologetically let yourself be, your work will be so unique to you because no one has walked the walk that you walked. No one has been through the things you've been through. No one was born where you were born. No one, I mean, like, not like that, you know what I mean, right? Like, it's different things. Maybe There are people who are born in the same hospital as you, but they don't have the same parents as you. They don't have the same situation, skin color, knowledge, or this, right? To be unique is to be unapologetically yourself. It's not to be different. To be different is to look at other people's work and try to come up with something. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. We need different things. But if you call yourself unique and you're just looking at people's work and you're like, I'm not gonna do that because it's done yet, you're not gonna be unique. What if you do the same thing someone did, but you do it totally different because you're uniquely unique? I love quantum mechanics. I hope it made sense. I hope I just didn't yap. I love it. I love you too.
Nobody talks about you, then you are nobody. Then you are nobody.